All right, candidates, this is another show of hands. Let's raise your hands if you would support high-density development in your neighborhood. All right, all but one, all but one.
Okay, now all of you raise your hand if you would support high-density development in someone else's neighborhood. Okay, now we're gonna skip the fun stuff and go right into the good stuff. Affordable housing is one of my favorite issues. So we're launching into the long answer question, and this is for Ward 6, which is my ward, Franklin to Fort. That's where I live, and I actually did find a quote-unquote affordable house there a couple of years ago. And I put that in quotes for a reason. So the long question, and we'll start with you, Lewie. Do you think that promoting higher density is an appropriate way for a city to manage growth? If so, where do you think a higher density is appropriate for Missoula? And how would you encourage well-built density? If not, what would be your alternative? And again, you have 2 minutes.
I would be in disagreement with high density for the whole city. I think there are certain areas where high density is advisable. The ward that I live in, which is the old traditional Missoula that I remember when I came here in 1961 as a college freshman, from the little town of Butte, just east of the mountains. Missoula had a bunch of old homes. It was a quaint neighborhood kind of town. It was called the Garden City. Everybody had a garden. Now, in Ward 6, and that's the area from South Avenue up to the river between Russell and Reserve, you're going to find a lot of older homes, a lot of older quaint homes. These people are used to having nice neighborhoods. High density, for my purpose right now, I would like to see it happen more in the downtown area. I'd like to see buildings going up for offices, for condos and apartments in our downtown area. As far as putting the high density out in Ward 6, I would be in strong disagreement with that. And that includes the planned neighborhood clusters. We've had plenty of it, and I'm a little bit tired of it, and that's one of the reasons why I'm running for city council, to get the voters that chance, an opportunity to have a choice. And I represent that choice. Thank you.
We have a nice neighborhood.
Alderman Childers, you know the question.
No, I don't know. Actually, I have the answer.
The answer to it all? Wonderful.
And the answer...
You got 2 minutes to tell it.
The answer is, you would be like the little engine that could, I think, compared with the big engine that is the actual mayor. I had to wait for a long time to get to that. And I don't do stand-up.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
The answer is this. Too many people are going too many places too much at a time. Oh, that's the wrong question. And the solution, of course, is use the internet and emails. So this question has to do with housing density, and Ward 6, as luck would have it, is zoned 12 to 16 or more per acre in much of the ward. That's the way it's zoned. Zoning is the contract between neighbors as to what can happen. Here are the things that can happen in that zone. You can have apartment buildings, you can have condominiums, you can have the lovely little old house on 3 lots that Louie's talking about, or you can have small houses on the small existing lots, but the only way you can do that is with a planned neighborhood cluster. Now, the good thing about a PNC is this. Neighbors get to know what's going on. Sometimes they get to have constructive input, and always the developer is constrained by his plans as to what he will put there. So that's why I like the PNCs. I voted to keep them. I got rid of density bonuses, which are great if you're an affordable housing buff, but people hated them worse than everything. And I thought that was the base of the whole problem. I guess I was wrong. Is my time up yet?
Yes.
Because I can keep talking about this.